something's different, I can tell. I keep thinking of you and I can't help myself. You're not even my usual type, truth be told, but somehow you got a hold. Those funny glasses on your face, your corny jokes that should be out of place. Why do they make me smile every time? Why does everything you do feel like a sign? Maybe it's too soon to name this feeling. Maybe I'm rushing, my heart is reeling. But what if I took one step your way? Do you feel the same? What would you say? It's a little embarrassing, but if I'm honest, maybe we could get a little closer. I wanna know what's in your heart. I'll be brave, I'll make a start. I like you more than I should. I like you more than I thought I could. Usually the quiet type, you know, the one who waits, who takes it slow. But with you, I wanna make the first move. Hey, wanna grab a bite, catch a movie, what's your mood? I don't care what we do, just say the word. Being with you is all I've heard. My heart keeps repeating the same line. Go on, tell them now's the time. Maybe it's too soon to call this love. Maybe I'm just dreaming of what could become. But what if I took one step your way? Would you meet me there? Would you stay? It's a little embarrassing, but if I'm honest, maybe we could get a little closer. I wanna know what's in your heart. I'll be brave, I'll make a start. I like you more than words can say. I like you in every single way. Come on, give me something, show me a sign. I'd give you my favorite things if you'd be mine. Okay, maybe that's too much, too fast, but I want this feeling to last. Just tell me anything, I'll listen all night. I'm confessing right now. I know this might surprise you, coming from someone as shy as me. But when I look at you, I find myself wanting to be braver than I've ever been. It's a little embarrassing, but I'm being honest. I wanna get a little closer to you. I wanna know what's in your heart. I'll be brave, I'll play my part. I like you, I really do. I like you, and I hope you like me too. So, what do you say? I don't know where the wind begins its journey, only that it finds every crack I've tried to seal. I've shut the outer doors against the season, but blurred eyes don't lie about what memory can feel. There's somewhere a confession, healed without my knowing, scarred over quietly while I wasn't watching. That winter's weight is still wrapped around the edges. A love I carried hard and kept on dropping, and now it's turned away. It's gone around the corner. The wind still asks me where I think I'll go. Another draft comes through the place I passed last season. There are some things a closed window doesn't slow. Where does it come from now? I press against the glass and still don't know. My blurred and frozen eyes won't let you leave. You stay inside the cold I can't relieve. Being alone, it brands me like a mark that living somehow burned into my dark head. Being alone, it leaves a scar that stays, and living makes a criminal of my days. Yeah. The wind finds every window that I mended. My heart's patch walls don't hold against the seam. I close the shutters, still the cold comes threading. You haven't left, not fully, not in dreams. I've learned to call it living, learned to name it mourning, to dress myself and move like someone whole. But wholeness with a brand across its surface is still a kind of sentence on the soul. And there you are again, behind my fog reflection. Not gone, not here, just hovering in between. I wipe the glass and you are still arriving, the most returning thing I've ever seen. I've stopped asking where it starts, I've just accepted that it lives inside my heart. My stinging clouded eyes still hold your outline. You are the frost that forms along my borderline. Being alone, it marks me like a verdict that every day I serve without a crime. Being alone, it writes itself in permanent living, turns me guilty every time. Drives upward against the harmonium's drone, tension without release. I have walked through every room and shut what could be shut. I have sealed the places where the wind came through, but there is no architecture built against this kind of cold. No wall designed to keep me free of you, and being alone is not the worst of it. The worst worst is feeling guilty for surviving. Like I owe the world an answer for continuing. Like breathing is a trespass, I keep writing. Crack open like a fault line. Lightning broke the dark. The thunder followed close, and because it was the night, I couldn't see the night. Just darkness reading darkness, coast to coast. If I could own one night to only watch the night, no living in it, just the studying of it. Dark feathers drifting, soft from every corner, drawn to me, like I deserve to be lit. There is a spotlight that belongs to me alone. It finds me even when I'm trying not to show. And when the lightning comes, the night stands up for seconds. The feathers brush my face and I can't help but go. The night keeps tickling me into something real, a dark so soft it's almost something I can't feel. The feathers fall like answers I can't quite translate. Beautiful and restless and a little too late. Dark feathers all around me. Dark feathers, watch the candle wax run slow across the table. Those long deliberate lines, drawn and then consumed. And something in the way the warmth just swallowed everything. Said sweetness is a thing you can undo. The flowers melt in a season built for laziness, a season that mistakes its stillness for a soul. And if I had 1,000 pairs of black binoculars, I think I'd finally see what makes me whole. I stood between the night of flowers and the flower of night, kept trying to decide which one was which, until the spinning of it left me wrung and weightless, too dizzy for binoculars, too tired for the switch. So I flagged a cab and let the city carry me back through the dark to somewhere ordinary. The feathers still were falling somewhere in the avenue, but I was going home without the inventory. Dark feathers sex leaves, raw and low and sincere, and tremolized, dramatic but not resolved. The world had served final hits a chord, and it's dissonant, gorgeous and wrong in the best way. I came to understand the dark. I came equipped, I came prepared. I had my notebook and my questions. I had my reasons and my stare. But the night doesn't hold still for observation. It moves the moment that you try to see. The feathers scatter every time I reach for them, and sweetness does whatever sweetness needs. Then a sudden crunch and stillness leads to a sentence slow, then just the for my plain to know. Feathers fall from nowhere I can find, and still the sweetness does what sweetness does. I hold my unnamed promises again. I look back on the road I walked, at every footprint, every mark. Why did I hesitate so long? Why did I wander, lost and wrong? I fell down, I got my share of scars, sad crying in the dirt beneath the stars. Just going through the motions, weak and still, a life of could-have-beens against my will. But now I see the truth is clear. The path I take is mine to steer. No one can walk it in my shoes. No one can carve these footsteps through. I don't know if this road is right, if it's the answer, if it's right, but it's the one my heart is calling. So I walk it step by step, no falling. The road I carve, the road I own, is the only road I've ever known. I don't know if it's the right way, if it's the answer come what may. But it's the road I wanna take, the one I choose for my own sake. Even if it hurts, I'll keep on walking. Don't be afraid, don't be shaken. Say goodbye to all my fears, to all those cowardly yesteryears. Now I walk with head held high, my awkward steps will shine like gold. One step then another, I'll engrave the road that only I can break. I don't know if this road is right, if it's the answer, if it's bright, but it's the one my heart is calling. So I walk it step by step, no falling. The road I carve, the road I own, is the only road I've ever known. This is my road, my path, my way. No more excuses, no more delay. I'll carve my name in every stone and make this journey on my own. The road I carve is the road I choose. The road I carve is where I lose. The road I carve is where I choose. The road I carve. All my doubts, all my fears, all my pain, and find the strength to walk again. I don't know if this road is right, but it's the one my heart has chosen. I'll walk it proudly, step by step. The road I carve, the road I own, is the only road I've ever been. One step at a time. My road, my choice. Ooh, goodbye to fear. Ooh, goodbye to fear. Yeah. Makes no sense that we are done, that you and I aren't even friends. Just yesterday we shared our day. We laughed together face to face. We stopped by the cafe like we always do. We ordered what you always love. If that was meant to be our last goodbye, Why didn't you give me time to hold you tight? You know how much I loved you. You know I gave you everything. How can you leave this heart of mine wounded and wondering? It makes no sense that we are over. You know how deeply I was yours. You took my honest heart and left it broken. How could you throw us all away? Years we spent together, meaningless to you. How could goodbye come so easily from you? What makes no sense to me is normal now to you. If you had any love left, could you do this too? If you had ever loved, could you do this too? We were like best friends, closer than most. No one in the world could match what we had. What went so wrong? I can't make sense of it. Starting today we're strangers, and I can't believe it yet. My heart still holds you like you never left, but now we can't even be friends. How did we go from everything to nothing in one breath? You were my world, my closest friend. How did it end without a warning sign? I keep replaying every word we said, searching for the moment you decided to leave me behind. It makes no sense that we are over. You know how deeply I was yours. You took my honest heart and left it broken. How could you throw us all away? Years we spent together, meaningless to you. How could goodbye come so easily from you? What makes no sense to me is normal now to you. If you had any love left, could you do this too? Have you had to did you do this too? We were more than lovers, we were friends. We were irreplaceable, we were till the end. What went so wrong, I still can't see. How yesterday meant nothing and today you're free. It makes no sense, it makes no sense. How can you walk away like I was never there? Like all those years were nothing but air. Today we're strangers, but my heart still holds you the same. I loved you with everything I had, and now we can't even speak your name. It makes no sense that we are over. You know how deeply I was yours. You took my honest heart and left it broken. How could you throw us all away? Now we can't even be friends, singing in the jazz. How could you? It makes no sense. We can't even be friends. We can't even be friends. with that smile hiding mischief inside. And the whole world dissolves into golden smoke between us. We erase the roughest words we ever said. Nothing left to wound, just this present moment beating soft. Two gazes fixed upon the same horizon far away. Hands intertwined like roots that finally found their ground. Palms of damp, breath is short, but we walk without hurry, never quite arriving, and that's enough. I once confessed to you my fear that all of this would fade. I hoarded tender words like coins saved for the winter's cold, but now the silence speaks. Your presence is vocabulary enough. I see you once again. Love reclaims its shape in me. This love of habit that is not habit, but sacred territory, well worn and true. The days fill us without our asking. We build with what remains of who we are. Everything we ever feared dissolves in this late arriving clarity. We are the certainty that comes when you stop waiting for it. In the stillness of this embrace, we exhale the fear we carried far too long. I don't need your promises, your breathing is contracting up. The space that lies between us is no longer distance, it's a bridge. Seeing you is enough. Love made flesh and silence, and the pause between the words we speak. Lives everything we are to you, always to you. Seeing you is enough. Love made flesh and silence, and the pause between the words we speak. Lives everything we are to you, always to you. Yeah. The words I used to say have rusted from disuse. I've learned that what is essential never needs translation. Seeing you is enough. Love stripped decoration, and the pause between the words we speak. Lives everything we are to you, always to you. There is no tomorrow to chase. There is no yesterday to repair. Just this hour that we inhabit, like living in a house that doesn't need furniture. If someday silence turns to echo, if your hand finds another hand to hold, I will be the air that does not claim the space that blesses what once was. I don't ask you for forever, I ask you for truth while it lasts. And the pause between the words we spoke lived everything we were to you. One last time to you. Never gonna never gonna win. I'm letting go now. Would I have been happy, yeah, if I loved you more? It's a past love now, a closed and locked door, a person gone, a happiness faded away. But the unhappiness remains like a debt I must pay. I'm still afraid of the luck that stays behind, terrified of the shadows I cannot find. So I sing about love with a trembling voice, making a terrifying, fearful choice. Do you call that love? Tell me true. Those empty shells of words, are they enough for you? It's not love, I say, it's not love at all. Just echoes bouncing off a hollow wall. If I deny it 3 times, does it become true? Is it different from affirming what I knew? It's different, yes, too different to ignore. Like happiness and pain, they are not the same anymore. The fire doesn't stop, it doesn't go out. It keeps coming back, filling me with doubt. Even when I say, let's stop meeting, it remains the omen in the ash, the lingering grace. Is this love, or is it fear? Is this happiness, or is it tear? Unhappiness and anxiety, they are not the same, but they both call out your name. It's not love, no. It's not love. Is this love, or is it fear? Is this happiness, or is it tears? Unhappiness and anxiety, they are not the same, but they both call out your name. It's not love. It's not love. It's not love. It's not love. Drunkeness is different from unhappiness, I know. Anxiety is different. without a sound. And like I always do, I walk towards you, across the dark, across the frozen ground. I press my steps into the black and white, and stood beneath the cold until you came. The snow fell deep into the space between us, and still I knew I'd do it all the same. The thrill of you, the ache of you, an erasure soft enough to feel like grace. One touch and everything the world had written disappeared without a trace. You are every I've ever known, every light that pulled me from the dark alone. That bittersweet, that breathless, fading kiss was every paradise that I could not resist. You are my every heaven, every single one. I walked the black snow back to where we started, and gave a pencil to the night to write. A blizzard moved through someone and unsettled him, or a blizzard found him frozen in the white. The sentences arrived before I did. The winter wrote the truth before I could. And somewhere in those cold and careful letters lived everything I'd misunderstood. And you are the fight I chose, the love I threw myself into without a flaw. This beautiful, impossible reality is worth every wounded ball. You are every heaven I have ever known, the only name I carve into the stone. To call you all my heaven feels like less than true, because there is no heaven without you. You are my every heaven, my only one. Just past the edge of everything I'm given, just past the last inch left in me. You were the light I followed into darker water, the shore I swam toward knowing I'd go under. My heaven and my silence, hand in hand, walking into somewhere I can understand. Somewhere I can understand. You were heaven I have ever known, and heaven is the place we go alone. My paradise, my quiet, my last door. You were all my heaven, nothing more. Nothing more. I only want. If I make it past the edge of this night, follow where the dark runs out. If I come to you, no map, no light, would I see you? Would you still be there? I keep walking with your name in my mouth, like a prayer I don't deserve. And every step I take feels like a door that might not open. If I cross the wide indifferent sea and let the current choose for me, if I reach you after all that blue, would I see you? Would you look at me? We used to laugh at ordinary days. Now even silence has a weight, and I keep thinking maybe love was always leaving on its way. Round and round, if I can find my way to you, I don't mind being lost a while. If it takes me years to see you again, I'll drift in it, I'll stay underground and round. Just let me get to you. Even if I wander, I'm still true. I'm scared you disappear the moment I finally learn to say your name. Scared the sake is mine alone, a private storm I can't explain. If I give my body to the wave, I might not surface the same. And something in me knows that love can feel like undertow. So I hold it close, this drowning heart, so it won't spill, so it won't break. And even if the bigger water comes to swallow me whole, I won't run. I'll stand inside the pool of it and call it courage, call it grace. Because leaving you behind again would be a deeper kind of loss. Round and round, if I can find my way to you, I don't mind being lost a while. If it takes me years to see you again, I'll drift in it, I'll stay under. Round and round, round, through every tide I knew. If I reach you once, that's enough, that's enough. Yeah. If someday the sea unthreads our hands and your fingers choose another palm, I won't demand a lifetime. I'll only ask for what is honest. If silence turns to distance and distance turns to we were, let me bless what held us without turning it to blame. No more promises carved in stone, just truth while it's alive. Just truth while it's alive. Just truth while it's enough. Nights past stubborn hours, our time only grows more vivid to me. Strange how the farther you are, the clearer you become. So I go where the path gives up, I learn to breathe without your shadow. But if the end of night still points your way, I'll keep walking slow, faithful, wanting, round, round. If I can find my way to you, ooh, I don't mind being lost a while. If it takes me years to see you again, I'll drift in it, I'll stay under. Round and round and round, through every tide I knew. Even the dark can't make me unlove you. Round and round and round. If I can get to you, let me wonder, let me bruise. If I see you one more time, I'll stay right here beneath the waves. tears fall heavy enough to become the rain itself. Someone asked me once, quietly, the way people ask the things they already sense. Was it a love you'd live without regret? Like a wind you see coming from a distance and still cannot raise your hand again. That's how you left. That's how I stood there, watching, open palm and motionless. I have been drifting in the space around you, not close enough to touch, not far enough to leave. And only now, standing in the after, do I understand what all that drifting was supposed to mean all this time. All this time, I didn't know that this was love. Hello, hello, you passed through me like wind through an open door. So bright, so completely unaware of what you leave behind you in the air. Today is dying slowly into longing, and I am still revolving around you. All this time, I didn't know that this was love. What was I to you? I need to ask it plainly, not with anger, just with genuine and quiet need to know. Even locked inside the shadow that you cast me, even there, I wanted to be somewhere you would go. If someone had just named it while it was happening, if someone said what you are feeling has a name, I might have held it differently. I might have held myself with something more like care. I have been circling the life you're living without me, a satellite that can't locate its ground. And only now I hear it fading too far, the word I should have known before you turned around. This time, all this time, I didn't know that this was love. Goodbye, goodbye, you walking light I no longer share. So free, so effortlessly there while I am here, still learning what we were. Today I grieve the thing I never named right, and I am still revolving around you all this time. I didn't know that this was love. The flugelhorn leads, mournful and wide open, met with a glad whip, with the weight of something long held in the chest. The piano abandons its cycling figure and plays full chords, finally committed. Upright bass up drifting and walks, purposeful for the first time. The drums open up, still brush but fuller now, the rhythm of realization. What was I doing? And all that time between us, I thought I was just living near the edges of your life. I didn't know that orbiting a person is the oldest, the quietest way of calling them your life. If I had known, if I had had the language, I would have emptied out the parts that kept me hidden listen, I wouldn't have erased myself so quietly. I would've let you see what I was carrying. All this time, all this time, I didn't know that this was love. Goodbye, goodbye, you walking light I no longer share. So free, so effortlessly there, while I am here still learning what we were. Today I grieve a thing I never named right, and I am still revolving around you all this time. I didn't know this was love. I carry the shape of something I can't name now. A love that lived is hollow as a different word I'll ever turn. I catch myself hoping for coincidence. I caught a turn the moment just by chance. Even a second standing close to you would be enough to make a whole day true. I shake my head and tell myself to stop, but somewhere underneath I never drop the quiet wish, do you ever think of me? And all the space between where we used to be. We weren't always gentle, weren't always kind. When something broke, we'd leave the other behind. And I know we can't go back to then. With God, I give anything a try again. If I could find you, if I could see your face, I'd show up for the small things I used to waste. Your little wishes, all your quiet games, I'd meet you there and I would call your name. And if the moment felt a little strange, a little awkward in the space of all that change, I'd look at you and finally say the things, I'm sorry I was foolish, thank you for everything. Yeah, it was my clumsy heart that said goodbye, my unsteady hands, my stubborn pride. I said the word before I understood, believing actually meant and what we could. When you turned around and walked the other way, I had 100 things I didn't say. I was wrong, just that 3 words and nothing more. Instead I watched you disappear through a closing door. I should have asked you, are you doing alright? I should have pulled you close instead of saying goodnight. I should have held you quietly without a word and let you know that every part of you is hurt. If I could find you, if I could see your face, I'd show up for the ordinary days. Your little request, your soft and playful sigh, the things I took for granted when you were mine. And even if the silence sat between us first, even if the seeing you only made I've been carrying too long. I'm sorry in my left hand, thank you in my right. I've rehearsed the way I'd say them 1,000 times or more, just waiting for a chance. May not come despite, and still I walk the same streets, still I look the same way, still half convinced that you might just appear today. Not to rewrite everything, not to start again, just to say the things I couldn't say back then. To see that you are well, to see that you have found some gentler kind of life on higher ground. If I could find you, if you were standing here, I wouldn't need the grand words, wouldn't need the smallest thing. Have you been alright? Has anyone been keeping you warm at night? And when the quiet came between the things we'd say, I'd hold you like an apology. I owe you every day. I owe you every day. Handle it. I told myself just give it time. I believed the pain would fade and the memories would lose their shine. But another day rolls by, and another night falls slow, and a day without you in it still feels like a place I don't know. They say time makes everything blur, but why do you feel sharper now? Why do I hold on so tight to a love that told me to let it go? I call it love, this weight I carry, this story that should have ended long ago. But here I am still standing, still breathing in the ghost of you.
It's just the word love, but it remains inside my chest. The more I try to erase it, the deeper it takes its rest.
I answer I'm fine with a smile, but inside I'm calling your name. I tell myself I've forgotten, yeah, but my heart stays the same. When I remember your eyes from that last moment we shared, my chest begins to ache again, like a wound that never cared. I call it love, this memory I keep, though I know I'll never see your face again. But I loved you with my whole heart, and that will never change.
It's just the word love, but it remains inside my chest. The more I try to erase it, the deeper it takes it to rest. I know I'll never see you again. I know our paths will never cross.
But I held you in my arms and called it love, and that is lost, but also gained the name that keeps me. And even our goodbye, I called it love and I still do. And that is why I stand here true.
It's just the word love, but it remains inside my chest. The more I try to erase it, the deeper it takes it to rest.
The name that keeps me
Still here, still love.
goodbye.
Still here, still love.
One day I turned around and saw the road I'd walk behind. Everything I passed through was marked by pain I couldn't hide. I should let go of it all, everything that weighs on me, but I still don't know where to place this restless heart inside of me. Today the wind blows through my chest, my heart is filled with nameless grief. Where should I go? What should I do? I still don't seem to know myself. When will I look at myself and smile? down. Why did I act that way back then? Why didn't I see that love and loss abound? When will I look in the mirror and feel peace? When will I let go of all I've held? Why didn't I know back then that every love hides a farewell? I still don't know myself. I still don't know myself. One day it dawned on me that without me there is no world I see. I need to empty out this heart, but I still don't know where to start. The grief I carry has no name. The weight I hold has no clear shape. I've walked so far, but still I'm lost inside the stranger I became. When will I stop running from my own reflection? When will I hold myself without regret? Why was I blind to what I needed? Why did I give myself so little time to forget? When will I look in the mirror and feel peace? When will I let go of all I've held? Oh, why didn't I know back then that every love has a farewell? Without me, there is no world, so why am I still empty inside? I still don't know myself. I still don't know One day I'll understand that the world only exists because I do. That I must empty out my hands, but first I must forgive the stranger I once knew. When will I look in the mirror and feel peace? When will I let go of all I've held? I didn't know that every love was teaching me to know myself. Without me, there is no world. So maybe it's time I learned I still don't know myself. But maybe that's the point. Who are you? I don't know yet, but I will. One day I'll understand. One day I turned around. One day I'll understand. Oh, one day I turned around and saw the road I'd walked behind. One day I'll understand. One day I'll One day I'll understand. One day I'll understand. One day I'll understand. One day I'll understand. One day I turned around. waits for me, but I go anyway. Even if I say I'm turning back, no one waves goodbye. I have no tasks to do, no reason to be there, but I must go to this land of empty air. This silence I earn for free grows wider every day. I shouldn't go back, I shouldn't stay. I should go and never return. The wind brushing my collar sets a trembling shadow before me, and I weep alone. I know I should leave, I know I should go, but this land of no goodbye is the only place I know. I must go, even if no one waits, even if no one says goodbye. This silence grows, this emptiness stays, but I must go. I must try. I walk alone, no one to see, no one to hear my plea. But I must go, I must move on to the land where I belong. I know I should leave, I know I should go, but this land of no goodbyes is the only home I know. I must go, even if no one waits, even if no one says goodbye. This silence grows, this emptiness stays, but I must go. I must go, I must try. I'll walk this road, this lonely path. No one to greet me, no one to ask, but I must go. I must be brave to the land of no goodbyes, my silent grave. with nothing but its own still air. I close my eyes to stop from seeing you, but somehow closing them just makes you clearer there. The further that you go, the sharper you become. Memory shouldn't work this way, but yours does. The fading things are meant to soften at the edges, but you grow more defined the more the distance was. It's only ever you're retreating back I see that last image of you moving toward the door. I press my hand against the cold inside my chest and call your name the way I've called it every night before, but the sound just travels out and comes back empty. No voice on the other end, just my returning in. I am standing in the middle of this silence, and the echo is the loneliest sound I've known. I have been left alone inside this alone. Steps now, unfamiliar prints pressed into what we knew, and in the photographs we kept, just smiles remain there. The warmth behind them somehow still feels true. The hours move, I feel them moving past me, but the world I'm standing in has ceased to turn. I still feel something like your warmth around the edges, a temperature the room has yet to learn. It's only ever you're retreating back I see that last familiar shape against the light. I hold the ache the way you hold a thing that's breaking, and call into the dark that swallowed up the night, but the sound just comes back hollow and unchanged. No hand, no word, no warmth to break the range. I am standing at the edge of all this quiet, and the only answer is the sound of my own name. I have been left alone inside this alone. Not explosively, but with the slow, inevitable weight of grief that has finally stopped pretending. For the first time, A low waking walk, battlements the size of real loneliness. We've walked together such a long, long time, filled with memories and moments frozen in rhyme. But I've been asking myself lately, is this still love, or just habit keeping us steady? You don't lean in anymore when I speak. Your eyes don't light up, not even weak. And I don't feel that rush when you're near. No more trembling hands, no reason to fear. I said I love you out of duty, not fire. Just words left burning from an extinguished desire. Too much heart given to something untrue. It's time we erase what we both know is through. Saying I love you without meaning, words that used to heal now leave me bleeding. Don't give your heart to empty phrases. They were never real, they were just habits. Let it go, let it end. All we need to do is stop pretending. I held back so many things I wanted to say, dreams I had, fears I kept far away. Now I see silence was our language and distance became our arrangement. So let's release each other gently, no more clinging to what can't be. I'm not in love with you anymore, and I know you're not with me either. Waited for you to say it first, to name the truth, to break the curse. But if you won't, then I will be brave, even if it breaks what's left to save. Saying I love you without meaning, words that used to heal now leave me bleeding. Don't give your heart to empty phrases. They were never real, they were just habits. Let it go, let it in. All we need to do is stop pretending. Maybe love didn't die, maybe it just changed from flame to embers, from wild to tame. But embers don't warm when the night is long, and tamed hearts forget how to belong. So I'll say it now, not with anger, not with blame, just quiet truth, we are no longer the same. we'll be the last ones to. Hello becomes goodbye, and that's all we can do.